Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so a few little technical difficulties there. Still learning every day. I don't know. And it doesn't even look like, I don't even know if YouTube's working, but oh well, oh well. Welcome. Travis Lofka here, the Human Upgrade Project. Episode lucky number 13. Speaking of that, 1 minute. I'm just doing a little, there we go. That's better. I had to turn my light on. Yeah. Details. This is why I need an assistant to help take care of these type of things. Plus, I have to get like an hour or two of sleep and then get up at 2:30 in the morning to go catch a plane. So, there's that. Okay, once again, Travis Lofka, Human Upgrade Project. And, as always, in the first few minutes here, we're going to drink coffee and talk about Random². Which, for those of you that don't know, are random, bizarre, slightly odd American holidays. At least that's what it says in my calendar, because I looked it up. It was on the Googles, so apparently it's got to be true. And tomorrow, May 30th, odd random holidays are National Mint Julep Day. I think that's a drink, but I don't know. And honestly, I don't really care that much about that kind of stuff. So I didn't take time to look it up. But if you like mint juleps, more power to you. And tomorrow there's a whole day for you for it. Also, hey Yuri, let me know, is this audio okay? This is acting a little weird tonight. If you're still on here. Anyways, tomorrow is also my bucket's got a hole in it day. Which is ironic, and you'll see why here in a minute. But I'm not sure what that has to do with anything either. My bucket's got a hole in it. Maybe it's about how you look at things and whether or not you see them as the glass half empty or the glass half full. There's that possibility. Okay, sweet. So yours said it seems to be working okay. It's just really slow on my other computer, apparently. Maybe I have too many things going and I need to simplify it a little bit. Nah. Why do that? I've got it simplified pretty well, though. So, that's Random² for tonight. And in tonight's official episode of the Human Upgrade Project, where we look into what makes people remarkable and extraordinary. What are the things they do that we can do to also reach that level of extraordinary-nisms? I just made a word up, and that's how it happens sometimes. Tonight's episode number 13, titled episode number 13, my favorite number, by the way. Genetics, epigenetics, lucky number 13, and road trips via airplane. Because road trips via car, that's so 2018 or something like that. So what do I mean by genetics, epigenetics, and all that good stuff? Lucky number 13 and road trips. So this is a little bit all over the board, but a little bit not. Sometimes you're all over, sometimes you're not all over, sometimes you're in, sometimes you're out, sometimes you're left or sometimes you're right, but you're always going to understand, in the end, where I'm coming from and what I'm saying. It just happens that way. I don't know. I don't make the rules. So, Genetics and epigenetics. I'm not going to go into specific details in this episode on what those are. Genetics, we all know what genetics are, right? It's our DNA. Epigenetics, you may not know what that is, and epigenetics is how that DNA and how your genes are expressed in your body that give you everything that you have and make you who you are. Whether or not you have certain diseases, certain eye colors, certain skin color, certain whatever, that's epigenetics. And epigenetics is influenced by a lot of different factors, from what you do to yourself to what your parents did to themselves that affected their genes that were expressed, that were passed on to you. However, science has shown that we can affect how our genes are expressed by doing certain things like a good diet, good sleep, good recovery, good, all these wonderful things that we know we should be doing. Quick nerdy note on that. They took one of the tests they did on this, one of the studies they did were on mice, these agouti mice. They're these yellow fur, these little fat, furry yellow mice. And little fat, furry yellow mice have little fat, furry yellow babies. However, they did a little test. And they changed the environment and the diet and a lot of other variables of a mother agouti mouse. Was it a mouse or a rat? Either way, little rodent. Changed the environment and a lot of other different variables from diet to stress levels and things like that. And they were able to affect that mother in a way, is it called a sow? I'll get all this nerdy stuff later. But anyways, they ended up being able to affect the mother in a way that she had a baby little agouti mouse that had brown fur, which proved in mice that that is possible. And there's a reason why we use mice, and I'm not going to get into that either. Just know that they're good little things to test on, even though, testing on animals, there's a kind of hit when that's a whole nother area I won't get into. So the reason I bring this up at all with the genetics and epigenetics and all of that is because a few years ago, I think it was a few years ago, I did the 23andMe genetic testing deal where you spit in a tube, they get that thing, you spit a whole bunch in it, you send it off, and they send you your genetic profile, your DNA, all your where your genetics are from and all that good stuff, right? However, they don't really tell you a lot of details on that. They will give you more details if you pay like another $100 or $200 or something. It's still not that comprehensive. Not if you're a super nerd and you like geeking out like I do. So I just got the basic one because I'm like, I just want the data. Just give me the raw data and I'll figure out what to do with it. I did figure out what to do with it. I haven't done it yet. So over the course of the next week or two or whatever, I'm going to be taking that raw data, however you pronounce it, and I'm going to be uploading that to a few different websites. The first one I ever heard of was this site called Prometheus. Prometheus.com. And it's basically a website that takes data from a place called SNP, or SNP is a nickname for, they call them SNPs. They're your DNA basically. So SNPedia. It's like Wikipedia, but for your DNA. And based on all of the scientific data, research and everything that's been done out there, it's put in this place, and then this Prometheus references it and tells you based on your DNA what you're more likely to be susceptible to based on what's being expressed in your genetic makeup. So I think that one is really, I don't know how fancy it is, It's the least expensive of the 3 that I'm going to do, but I want to do it anyways because I think it just gives you everything. I don't think it's really super user friendly. We'll find out. The other one I'm doing is from, if you haven't heard of Dr. Rhonda Patrick, definitely somebody to look up if you're into health and longevity, because she's like one of the, she's very, very well known. Let's just say that. And I find her podcast and the information that she provides and the interviews that she does very fascinating. And it has quite nerdy stuff. But she also has a genetic report data analyzer that you can upload your information to. So I'm going to upload my stuff to that also, along with another site called strategene.org. And these are all in the comments. I went ahead and just put it in the whatever, I put it in there already. Anyways, this analyzer was set up by Dr. Ben Lynch, and he is the author of a book called Dirty Genes, and it's all about your genes, not your blue jeans, just FYI. Because that would be, I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody out there who wrote a book about blue jeans. There's stuff out there about everything, and people buy it too. I don't get it. So I'm going to upload all 3 of those sites. I'm going to compare the reports and the ease of use of those reports and the data that it gives back to me. And then I'll let you guys know, if you do the 23andMe or have done the 23andMe, which one of these is the easiest, most user-friendly, and which one of them actually provides the most data, and which one of them has the most scary data, because it tells you stuff like how susceptible you are to getting things like diabetes, cancer, I don't know, glaucoma, Alzheimer's, dementia, all the stuff. That leads perfectly into the next topic, lucky number 13. Because once you have all that data, you have a few ways of looking at it. And this applies to anything in life. You have a few ways of looking at anything. Some people take that data from the tests or from anything, and they focus so much on the negative side of it, or what the scary part is. A little burp there. I just ate a little bit ago. They focus so much on what they don't want. They're miserable, stressed out, and potentially get that thing they don't want. Just like I was talking about the other night. I think it was last night. Which would be the other night. Where when you focus on something so hard that you don't want, you usually end up getting it. Like when you don't want to hit a tree and it's the only tree in the middle of the road for miles, like we talked about last night. So, where's the luck part come in? Well, luck part comes in your whole perspective on what you are looking at and whether you see it as lucky. There are things that I've been through, and I know you have too, I'm sure, that most people wouldn't categorize as lucky. But there are ways you can twist it to make it lucky. There's things that have happened in my past, whether it was relationships or whatever, that if they hadn't happened, I wouldn't be sitting where I'm at right now doing the things I'm doing, having the fun times I'm having, but also having problems I'm having. So it's just all about your perspective and the way you look at it and how aware you are of that. And I always go back to that, and I always will. Awareness, perspective, philosophy are yours in check. And speaking of perspective or outlook, how lucky do you think you are? I feel pretty lucky most of the time. I know people that don't feel lucky ever, and they're not. And I steer away from them like the plague. They're the people that say, this always happens to me. Just my luck. watch those people closely, because you won't want to be around them, because they'll infect you with their garbage. So we'll see how the luck plays out after I do all these tests and stuff. I don't know, maybe I'm going to die tomorrow. That would suck. That'd be unfortunate for sure. There's another one. I try not to say suck very often. Substitute unfortunate next time you want to say that sucks, or that's awful, or that's unfortunate is a very good way to put it, because it is usually unfortunate. And it's not as detrimental to your psyche. And last but not least, I'll try to wrap this up fairly quickly, because like I said, I need to get up in like 3 hours to go catch a plane. That's road trips via airplane. So I'm heading down to Phoenix, Arizona. Gonna go see my buddy Spence, who helped fix up my leg, my calf, a couple months ago. Got me ready so I was able to actually perform in The Little Mermaid ballet. And I'm very thankful for that, because it was the most technical piece I have ever done. It was also the most fun I'd ever had, and also the most frustrating thing I've ever done while dealing with aforementioned leg thing. And I think if you've listened to the previous episodes, you know what leg thing I'm talking about. If not, ask me. Maybe I'll repeat it sometime. So I'm taking a trip down there tomorrow. So tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, I'll be getting a plethora of lovely things administered, the least of which fun factor one is the ARP wave machine. It's basically an E-stem on steroids that makes you want to cry and just scream and yell a lot because of the amount of pain. I will be talking to Spence at some point, because I would like to get at least a quick little, I'd like to get him on here just real quickly. We are going to sit down and I've been talking about this since I did it the first time, but we are still planning on doing a full interview so he can explain exactly what he did, what he's doing, and what we're going to continue to do until I am back to full 113% upgrade progress in motion. So I believe tomorrow will be tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. is my 10 a.m. Pacific time. That's when the fun will start. But like I said, I have to get up. I have to leave my place here at 2:30 a.m. to go catch my plane, because I like flying at weird times, and I usually sleep on the flight. So, quick recap. I'm going to be taking my 23andMe DNA testing that I had done, taking that raw data, and I'm doing this because I'm going to share it with everyone. I'm going to share it with all of you so that you can, if you have it, see which one of these 3 areas that I'm going to be uploading my data to, which one of these 3 areas seems to be the best, which I'll go through each one of them, show you my likes, dislikes, what I'll nerd out on it a little bit, show you all the things I'm going to die from, and all the things. Here's the other thing too. The other reason I mentioned the epigenetic part of it is because the factors that you show you are more susceptible for, and polymorphisms and all these other things, you can affect those in a positive way via the epigenetic stuff to where they're not as prominent, right? Like I said in the beginning with the agouti mouse and how they did that. And that's where it gets into the luck portion also, because that's mindset. And I didn't say that before, but that's what's your mindset, because people that are stressed out all the time and pissing and moaning about everything bad happening to them, not only are miserable to be around. They're miserable themselves, and they're usually just like, they're sick all the time. Bad stuff happens to them all the time. You can't ignore things and just pretend like everything's good all the time, because trust me, that doesn't work either. But what is your mindset as far as possibilities? Because if you think you can, you can. That's how it works. And I believe that. And I believe the luckier you think you are, the luckier you are. That's why I'm lucky. Like I said, I don't make the rules. And finally, road trips. I could have gone into procrastination on the road trip thing. I don't technically procrastinate. I literally wait till the last minute, because I just wait till the last minute to do any packing. And I don't really care. Like I take like 2 things. I'm going for 3 days. I'll take like a shirt, no pants, pants I'm wearing, a couple pairs of underwear, a couple pairs of socks. That's it, my laptop. So I can do some of these. And if I really, really need to get something, I don't know, let's say I have some bad sushi, I need a new pair of pants, I'll just go buy a new pair of pants. But now I don't have to drag a bunch of stuff around with me. So, this one worked out better than I thought. I had somebody tonight ask me, what is your next episode going to be? And I was like, I have no idea. I have ideas for episodes, but usually what happens is, like this, I didn't even think of till tonight. Like last night's, I didn't think of till last night either. Tonight's seems a little more coherent than last night's, so that is always nice. And the even better thing is, the more I do it this way, the more coherent it will get, and the more cohesive my message will be, to the point where I'm concise, and maybe I can get this down to like a 17-minute episode, or 22 minutes and 24 seconds of solid, riveting, mind-melting content. So with that said, I will keep you posted on the epigenetic, or on the genetic reporting that I'm going to be doing. Honestly, I won't be doing that probably till next week at the earliest. So just wanted to put it out there now while I'm gone on this trip to have work done on my... I'm going to get some other things done too. I may or may not share those. I don't know. But I probably will. I'm going to see. I don't know exactly everything I'm going to have done. I trust my buddy Spence, and I'm like, dude, you work with pro athletes. You work with other elite athletes. Here are the issues. You know what I'm capable of, what I'm training for, what I'm doing with ballet and powerlifting. Do whatever you see fit, because that's the mindset I have. Fix it. He's like Fix It Felix from that Fix It Felix movie. Anyways, I'm just rambling now. So I am going to sign off. Say sayonara. See you later. Пока. До свидания. Bayerstay. Is it Bayerstay? Yeah, Bayerstay. And until next time, wait, before I go, don't forget, if you like this, please share, like, comment. Even if it's just to say, you know what, dude, you suck. I'll probably delete it, but you can post it. So that's just how that's how I roll. Anyways, like, share, comment. If you're out watching this on YouTube, subscribe, comment out there too. I'm sure I'll get notified about it. And as always, make it an amazing day, because it's better than the alternative.